So right off the bat, we are going to start with a zenithal highlight through the airbrush. This is going to give us plenty of highlights and shadows when we use contrast paint later. Next we'll airbrush some Vulpus Pink into the shadows. This will give us a nice purpley undertone that will show underneath the contrast paints. Now with some Skeleton Horde, Space Wolves Grey, and Merlin's Magic Medium, I'm just going to apply this all over the model's skin and let the contrast paint do all the work for me. Now with some Gore-Grunt of Fur and some Magic Medium, I'm just going to apply this all over the fur bits of the model. Now with Snakebite Leather, I'm just going to go through and pick out all the leather bits on him. For the tree, I went with Fire Slayer Flesh just because I wanted to give the tree a little bit more of a red tone instead of brown. For the cloth bits, I just hit everything with a Skeleton Horde. Also coming back to get his horn with the Skeleton Horde as well. Now I want to hit all of the metallic bits with Black Templar, just because I'm going to come back and give a non-metallic metal shine to everything. With Gore-Grunt of Fur, I'm just going to go ahead and hit the base with a nice orangey tone. Now with Seraphim Sepia, I'm going to come back on the skin and give it a little bit more of a dirty look. With Magos Purple, I'm going to come in and re-establish those purple tones that I airbrushed in earlier. Now with Scale 75 White Sands, I'm going to go ahead and skip the midtone and go straight to a highlight. We'll come back and smooth this out later. Also using the White Sands, I'm going to go ahead and start the non-metallics here on his sword. Still using White Sands, I'm going to go ahead and highlight bits on the base here. This will make sense what I'm doing in the next step. Now with Scale 75 Mars Orange, we're going to go ahead and water this way down to a glaze consistency. This is going to let all the highlights that we did in the previous step shine through, but still add some color from the Mars Orange. With Aldebaran Red, we're going to go ahead and water this down and create a gradient between the orange and red here. And now with my favorite secret sauce, we have Sunset Purple. This is a color I'm going to put into all of these shadows to give it a nice rich tone. Coming in with Rainy Gray, we're going to go ahead and water this down, and we're going to create a blend between the highlights and the shadows with this. Coming in with Arabic Shadow, we're now going to do the same thing, blending out the shadows, but now on his clothing. Coming in with Kalahari Orange, I'm just going to come back on the tree and re-emphasize that red tone that I'm trying to get. And with brown leather, I'm going to come in and paint the leather. Now this next step is a little scary. We're going to go ahead and apply an oil wash over the whole model. Now the great thing about oils is you can't really mess them up. If you mess up, you just wipe it away with mineral spirits. I'm also going to add a little bit of red to the wash just to give a little bit of variety in the colors. Now with a cheap makeup sponge, you're just going to go ahead and dab all the oils off of the model. Now, making sure to dab and not wipe. If you wipe, it might just rub off all the paint underneath. Coming back with Rainy Gray, I'm just going to go ahead and apply this on the highlights just to bring back that gray tone of his skin. Now with Far Brown, I'm just going to come in and give a couple of warm highlights to a few bits of him. Then with Basic Flesh, I'm going to go ahead and highlight some of the leathery parts. And with brown leather, I'm going to come back and reestablish some of that brown color that I might have lost with the highlight. Also adding some brown tone to the base of the horns, just to give a little bit more of a gradient. And with Golden Skin, I'm going to come in and highlight some of the bits of the roots here, just to make them pop away from the stone behind it. Again with Mars Orange, I'm going to come in and go on the shadows just to re-emphasize that orangey red tone I'm trying to get with the tree. And Kalahari Orange just for that little bit more push in the shadow. And a little bit of Arctic Blue for the non-metallic bits. For the eye, it's going to be white, brown leather, Arabic Shadow, black, and then back to white again for the highlight. then just for fun with the white, I'm just going to go ahead and paint in some face paint on him, just to give him a little bit more of a tribal look. Now I'll come in with some grass tufts to decorate the base. And then clean up the rim. And that is the Avatar Resilience painted all up. If you have any questions about anything I did in this video, go ahead and leave a comment and I'll do the best I can to answer it, or I might even make a video about it in the future. And thanks for watching.